Hey everybody, it's Dr. Julie Quinn here, and I'd like to do a video review of the personas, and I think it would be interesting for you to match your write-up of the personas for discussion post part 1 and compare it to this video here. Okay, so the first persona we've got is Steve Thomas, 38. He's an English instructor at PGCC. He has been there for 8 years. He lives in Riverdale. Okay, so what we're getting here is that Steve Thomas is just under 40. He's somebody who is more than likely somewhere along the boundary of being a digital native, meaning, I'm 50, so I'm going to tell you how old I am now. I grew up with like Atari, and I didn't get internet until I was in college, and I actually went from work, I took a typewriter to college. So I'm a bit older than Steve. I do kind of the same work that he does, but I'm also fairly attuned to technology because of the workplace. So when you think of creating personas, you want to think of a wide range of people, and somebody like Steve is going to be somebody that more than likely grew up having the internet by the time he was in middle school, perhaps early high school at the latest, and more than likely had access to that and had smartphones at a much younger age than somebody 50 and above. Okay? Let's see. Especially being a professor, think about what professors do. They run learning management systems. Your professor here is creating a video for you. So he's going to be fairly technologically astute. Okay. Let's see. So the website choice, I think, is really great, by the way. I think restaurants are the way to go, or like a boutique, something like that. Maybe a local, not statewide government, but a local government website, where there are less hands to create content on the site. Sometimes can make those sites a little bit more unique to navigate. So A, or B, this is a good website as well. So when we're looking at personas, I'm also thinking about what type of website did the student use. And again, you've got to avoid the national and international chains. No McDonald's, no Subway, no Home Depot, no Amazon, nothing like that. All right. Let's see. So he wants to order, so his needs, he wants to order coffee. That he's never, pain point. He's never used that website before. And as you know, using different websites, especially restaurant websites, and if they're independent mom and pop restaurants, they're all going to be designed differently. They're going to have different rules for credit cards, for gift cards, for letting you know if you have an allergy, that kind of thing. Let's see. He won't be ordering food regularly. But I think the one pain point we've got here is that he's never used the website before. It's a minor pain point, but I think it's an important one. So that's a good one. Melanie is 42. She's very close in age with Steve. When you create your personas, I'd like to see much more range in age. And she's also a professional working a full-time job using technology. They both are. So we're going to have no concerns about their concerns about navigation in a general sense. Well, I get to see their age, where she works. Let's see. Ordering ahead. Okay. Let's see. Specific time for ordering food. Note that's the same thing with Steve, though. So there is a lot of mirroring between personas 1 and 2. So when you create your personas, I think a little bit more range would be great. But the difference is that, of course, she's creating an account. But again, she hasn't used Banana Blossom. So there's a lot of overlap between these two. Some of the differences, of course, she wants an account and a different credit card. Let's see. We've got a much younger user here and a gift card. So there's nice range in this one. I would recommend, if this was a student submitting this to me, I'd say, hey, let's take Melanie Johnson. Some of the scenario is fine, but what if we have a retiree who is not a digital native? Somebody who's not that, maybe they have a flip phone, right? But it's got to be ordering on the website. It's, can absolutely use the American Express. And I'm not saying somebody who's 2 decades older than me has never ordered online. That's not true at all. I have my in-laws who are actually quite, they're really good with technology, but there is considerations and opportunities for pain points when you do have a much wider range of users. As people are living longer, they are going to be forced to use technologies they haven't used before. And to get comfortable with that. So that's my feedback on the overview of the personas. And if you have any questions, just reach out and let me know. Now your job is to compare the ideas and thoughts that I've got here with what you wrote in your responses.